Hello. Welcome to your Reformer workout. This video I'm making specifically for those of you that are new to using Reformers. I'm going to be going over what the machine does, how to change the springs, etc., different body positions that you'll come into. But basically, you'll know by now that the carriage moves. There's 3 different colors of springs. There's red, there is blue, and there is yellow. The red is the heaviest, then the blue, and then the yellow. So just know that, because whatever exercise you're doing, you can always take off some springs or add some on to make it feel enough of a challenge. And then if it is too challenging, how to actually drop it down and make it a little bit lighter. I've started with 3 red springs on. So you just hook them over the little holders there. Come and have a lie down on your back. And you're going to have your heels on the foot bar. Shoulders just against the shoulder rests. Just let your breath drop into a nice slow rhythm. Taking 3 full deep inhalations and exhalations here. And with every exhalation, beginning to feel a little more connected to the space around you, to the Reformer beneath you, to your breath. And from here, I want you to notice that both heels are equally weighted on the foot bar. Your pelvis is in neutral, and so what that means is we're not fully flat through the lower back, nor are we entirely arched. It's where your 2 hip bones and your pubic bone are on the same plane, and naturally your lower back curve would still be there. Maybe enough of a space for a little blueberry to rest underneath. All right, so all I'm going to do from here is press into my heels, and my legs are going to straighten. All the way out to straight legs, and then coming all the way back in again. So all we're doing here is we're getting used to the sensation of the carriage moving beneath us. You can feel equal weight through both of the heels. You haven't shifted your pelvis position. So the pelvis is staying nice and neutral and still. And with the shoulder rest, sometimes it's really easy to feel as though you want to hunch your shoulders up into the shoulder rest. Just let the shoulders be soft. I like to turn my palms upward just to allow for the front of my shoulders to open a little bit here. So as I move, I'm thinking of pushing into my heels, and I initiate from a little bit of activation into the glutes. It's not too intense. When the legs straighten, it's definitely quads that kick in, the front of the thigh muscles. So we breathe in to come in, breathe out to go out. If you need to adjust your head position on the carriage, there's this little lever to your right that you can just lift up, and that's going to bring the headrest up, like so. If that feels more comfortable. Otherwise, you can drop it back down. Okay, now from here, that was heels on. This time you're going to have your toes curled over the bar, still hip width distance apart with the feet, and then just drop the heels naturally and go again. So we're breathing out to press out, breathing in to return. Equal amount of work happening through both legs. And remember, if this feels too heavy, then you would take one of the red springs off and put on a blue. So you'd end up with 2 red and 1 blue, or 2 red and 1 yellow. And if it were too light, then you would just add on springs. You can't go too wrong, but just spring for success always. So what I mean by that is just making sure that the challenge is enough, but it's not overly cooking you. This time we're going to go into a turnout. I like to go into quite a wide turnout, so my big toes are as far apart from one another as possible. My inner thighs are wrapping to my outer thighs. My knees line up with my second toes. Again, my pelvis is neutral. And I press all the way out, squeezing the inner thighs to touch, and all the way back in. Exhale to press out and inhale in. And you might notice here, I tend to kind of have my hands on the base, thumbs on the base of my ribs and my fingertips toward my hip bones, just to give this sense of connection through here. So if I weren't gently connecting through my tummy muscles, I might just be moving my back around quite a lot. It'd be a little bit wobbly through my middle. So just enough activity, the abdominals working just to stop the pelvis from going all over the place. See if you could keep the heels together and really squeeze the inner thighs once the legs straighten. You should definitely be feeling this more through inner thighs and your quads again. And then we get to add in a little pulse. So we come all the way out, and this time maybe come in half of the distance. And now we're just doing little pulses here. So just in and out. Keep aiming your heels up toward the ceiling a little, knees out wide. Relax through the shoulders, the jaw, the face. Keep your breath just flowing. And again, noticing that the pelvis is steady. Nice, easy breaths. And now we're going to go all the way out to straight legs and all the way back in. Beautiful. This time you may want to drop the springs down because we're going to do a single leg press. So you might want 2 red and a yellow, or 2 red by themselves. Just see what feels good for you. I've stuck with a 3 red here. My left heel is on the bar, my right leg is just elevated. And all we're doing from here is pressing all the way out and all the way in. Now, the leg that is up in the air, I want you to think of that thigh bone just dropping into the back of your hip socket. The pelvis is level. Again, I'm breathing out to go out, breathing in to come in. You can either stay here or add in a leg extension. So we start with the carriage in, straightening that free leg. As you press into the foot bar, you pull that free leg back towards you. We extend and we bend. So the legs are doing opposite now. And again, the pelvis is nice and steady and still. Keeping the neck nice and long by gently tipping your chin downward. Shoulders are relaxed. Last 3 here. We always want to avoid the crash in of the carriage, so keep it smooth. And then bring it all the way back on in, lowering that right foot down and the opposite foot down onto the foot bar and taking the other leg up. Same goes, pelvis is level, shoulders are relaxed, out we go, all the way out and all the way in. Breathe out to go out, breathe in to come in. When you go to straighten the leg, think more of your kneecap pulling up through the front of the thigh as opposed to locking the knee out. This time we extend the opposite leg and we bend it in towards us. Extend and bend. Again, just working through the middle. As the leg reaches out, scoop the tummy. Watching that the tummy muscles aren't pushing out into the t-shirt, they're just dropping down and toward the spine. Last 2. And 1. And bring it all of the way in. Great. If your headrest is up, you're going to drop it down for this next one. This is your bridging exercise. So I'm going to get you to pop 3 red springs on if they're not already. Heels are on the foot bar, hip width distance apart. You're going to peel your tailbone away from the carriage, dropping the tummy and peeling up one vertebrae at a time, pressing the knees away from you. Watch that you're not coming up so high that your back's coming into extension. I prefer for the sternum to be dropped, the tailbone to be curled under, and watch that your knees aren't veering out to the side. Keep them in line with your hips. And now as you come down, just drop down through the chest first, then the ribs, then the waist. Your buttocks are the very last part to come down, rolling through the lower back and back into neutral. Keep it going. So we rock the hip bones back, we scoot the belly. The buttocks are working here in order to lift up through the hips. All the way up. Find the shape where your shoulders, your ribs, your hips and knees are all in one long line. And then we roll back down again. Backbone after backbone. 2 more like this. Trying to keep that carriage still. Now, if you wanted to challenge this, you would take some springs off, which would make it a lot lighter and a lot more challenging for the hamstrings and the glutes to try to keep that carriage in and rolling down. And we'll do another one here. And our goal and intention is to be able to move each one of those backbones one at a time. Pausing at the top, take an inhale, and then exhale, melting, melting, melting all the way back down and rest. Okay, when you come off your carriage, you can do a little shimmy of your hips to one side, take the hand onto the shoulder rest, lie on your side and come up. All right, so we change the spring settings to 1 red spring. There are 3 red spring on my reformer here, 2 on the outer and 1 in the middle. If I'm using just 1 red spring, I always just use the 1 in the middle just to keep everything balanced. And I'm going to come into a low kneel position. So a low kneel position is only comfortable if you have no niggles going on through your knees or your ankles. If you do, you can grab the box and sit on top of the box, and I'll show you that shortly. So otherwise, you can have the toes tucked under, so you are here, or lengthened out. I'm going to have mine tucked under because I like to stretch out under my feet. You've got a short strap here and a long strap. Generally speaking, the long straps are for your feet to go in and the short straps are for your hands to go in. So you're going to grab a hold of those. Just know your carriage is very light now, so take your time getting into position. Widen across the shoulder blades, finding that position where the shoulders are directly on front of the on top of the hips. And then from here, it is just going to be a little bit of an exercise where we lift the shoulders toward the ears and then drop them down and away. So as you inhale, shoulders will come up, and as you exhale, let the shoulders gently drop away. The way that they drop down is you drawing your lats down. So feel as though you can squeeze the armpits down toward the hips. And now let's pause in that position where the shoulder blades are gently drawing down. They're not jammed, they're just gently drawing down. And we're going to press back with the arms. Inhale forward and exhale, press back. Now, if this feels too heavy, that's when you're going to pop your straps back over the handles there and change it to 1 blue. or even one yellow. But again, when you come back into position, just make sure that you go slow. So it's straight arms pulling back, aiming with the upper back of the arm. Take note of what your wrists are doing here. They'll tend to want to do like a funny little bend, but I want you to really reach out over your knuckles as you extend back, or you could have long fingertips, just with your thumb and index finger squeezing into the strap. Last 3. And 2. Reach the head toward the ceiling. Last 1. And rest and hold there. We're going to change body position. Hook the long straps over the little holders there. You can take your feet in between the shoulder rests this time, sitting on top of the shoulder rests. Again, take your time coming into position. Sometimes to make it easier, if the weight's feeling quite heavy, you could just have your hands in the long loops. Otherwise, lighten the spring by, again, just dropping it down. Or, in this case, I'm just going to keep my hands in the short straps. Elbows are going to be tucked in beside my waist. I'm not leaning forward here. I haven't curled my tail under. My hip bones are facing forward and my spine is nice and long. As I exhale, I'm going to extend my arms forward, rotating my pinky finger upward to really open into the front of the chest. Then the arms open to the sides. Pull the arms back into midline and bend the elbows back in. Exhale, scoop the tummy, extend the arms forward or reach them forward. Open and draw them back into midline and elbows tuck into beside your waist. beside your waist. So again, I'm trying to keep my pinky fingers rotated up toward the ceiling. As I reach my arms forward, I'm watching that I'm not shrugging my shoulders up toward my ears. I'm gently drawing my shoulder blades down toward my back pockets. Let's do 3 more like this. Tummy's on, ribs stay connected. When my hands come out here, they only go to about my peripheral vision, right? They're not going to go all the way back where I'm squeezing my shoulder blades. So just watch your range and your control with that one. Last 2. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And center. Exhale, reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. And back in and rest. Good, good, good. Changing body positions. We're going to stay on one red spring. This time, I'm going to bring my hands down onto the foot plate, onto the platform. My buttocks are going to sort of sit back toward my heels. I'm going to press the carriage back until my knees are just underneath my hips and my shoulders are just this side of my wrists, right? So my shoulders aren't all the way forward. I've just got them sitting back behind my wrists. All I want to do here is I've got the carriage on tension, right? The spring is on stretch. It's on one red spring. As I exhale, I'm going to come up into my cat stretch. I'm going to round my spine, look back toward my thighs. Now see if you could release your glutes here. Just scoop your tummy. And now without moving the carriage, I'm coming all the way back into my flat back shape. Again, exhale, the carriage is still as I move my spine. Curl the tail beneath you, scoop the belly. Let the head hang, lift your waist to the ceiling, tuck your ribs up and underneath your heart. And then lengthen back out. 2 more like this. Exhale, scoop. Carriage is still. And if you wanted to challenge this, you would make the carriage lighter. So you might do 1 blue spring or 1 yellow spring. You're just getting used to it. Stick to the breath. And then we're going to pause. Pause in a flat back position. If your wrists get tired, you can bring your hands up onto the foot bar. We're going to sit the buttocks back. We'll do it from the foot bar in any case. I'm just going to press my knees back and then pull them underneath me. Pressing my knees back and then pulling them underneath me. There's lots of things that might want to happen here. You might want to push through the arms as well, in which case it would look a bit like that. I want you to think of your shoulders staying in line with the front edge of the carriage from that start position, right? So they won't move. It's just your knees that press back, and then the carriage comes back underneath the shoulders. Exhale to press back and inhale forwards. So my goal here is to be able to keep this area still, my pelvis still, as my legs move forward and back. Even though my legs are moving, this is very abdominally. So the majority of the work should be felt through the abdominals and through the arms. Last two. And final one. And bring it in. Rest. Give those wrists a little roll through. So this type of exercise is preparing you for other more demanding exercises that we'll be doing later on, but not in this exercise, not in this video. Now you're going to add on a yellow spring. So you're on one red, one yellow. I'll step this side so you can see where I'm standing. I'm going to have my standing foot up in line with the front edge of the carriage, or in line with that foot bar. My knee is going to come off the carriage. My leg isn't touching the frame, okay? I want it just off the frame. My shoulders and my hips are square to the foot bar. And all I'm going to do from here is sit my buttocks back as though I was sitting my buttock into a bar stool here. My hands are fairly light on this bar. In fact, I'm going to drop one spring off you guys. So just do one red spring. I'll start with the scooter and then we'll take them to the stretch. So one red spring, my hands are light on the foot bar, right, standing buttock should be on, and we're just pressing the carriage back and bringing it in. So we press it back and now I'm not moving my body with this. It's not a lunge. I'm keeping my hips still, and if you want, you can try hands free or just one hand lightly on the foot bar. I've folded forward from my hips. We're doing about 12 on each side. So again, as my leg extends back, I'm trying to keep my pelvis still and steady. My tummy muscles are on. My glutes kick in once that leg fully straightens. My standing glute is already working. Last two. You'll be used to my counting. It's definitely not very precise, shall we say. Now, from here, we swap sides. So my toes are tucked under. They're not curled under that way. They're tucked. Heel is on the foot bar. Standing foot in line with the front edge of the carriage or with the foot bar. Sitting the buttocks back, lifting the chest, knee is off the carriage, and then when you're ready, we press back. So my standing glute is on consistently. You can go hands free if you want more of a challenge. Again, if you need to lighten that spring, lighten away and go to one blue spring. When the leg extends, make sure that you're really drawing those abdominals back and in. Last 4, I will say, on the side. Don't be in a hurry to ping that carriage all the way back in. Pause out there just for a fraction. And then bring it all the way in. This time we'll take it into a lunge. So you've got one red and one yellow. You can either walk around the machine or just slowly swap sides like so. Foot is up in line with that foot bar, standing foot. Knee is off the carriage. Standing leg is straight. Then all I want to do is straighten my other leg. Okay, so the carriage has moved down. Now, keep both legs as straight as possible for as long as possible. And yes, there'll be a fair amount of tension here. From that shape, I'm going to bend into my front knee and press my hips forward, lifting my chest up. So I'm not down here. I'm lifting my chest, looking forward and up. Now, my knee will stay above my heel as I bring the carriage back in. So we start again, straight leg, straight leg. We're pushing into that foot bar, strong with the arms. Both legs straight as you press back. Then, when you can go no further, because your hamstring's like on its full stretch, then you're going to bend into the front knee, keep pushing back into the standing leg. Let your shoulders melt. Melt, melt, melt. And bring it in. We'll do 3 more on this side. Both legs straight, hips are square. You can always look back to make sure that you're not twisting at the hips. Once you can go no further, we find the lunge. Let your shoulders melt. Draw that navel to spine. Push into that back heel. And smoothly in. Last 2. Release the jaw. Release the shoulders. And bring it all the way in. Swap sides over. So finding the tuck of the toes underneath. Standing leg is straight, hips are square, shoulders are square. Moving leg is now straight. And now we keep pressing back, leaning back into it for as long as possible. Then finding the lunge. Pressing that bar away with your strong arms. And smoothly back in. Standing leg straight, moving leg now straight. Both legs straight as you press. Here, breathe into it. Melt the shoulders. Find the lunge. Scoop the belly. And all the way in. 2 more. Both legs straight first. Connect to your breath. Just let it move freely. Last one. And bring it in. Rest there. Okay, so I was going to do some short box work, but I'm going to save that for the next video. This last exercise is going to be a stretch, and you're going to have just 1 red spring on. If that feels too heavy, again, drop it to 1 blue. You'll come into what's called a Z-sit position. The idea is that we want both hips as equally dropping into the carriage as possible. If your hip is slightly elevated, then don't worry too much about that, but you could bring your both feet down in front of you like so, and you would have them off to the side that the shoulder rests are on, okay? Because we're going to end up coming into a side stretch position. And that just might be a little bit more comfortable on hips and knees. So otherwise my shin is lined up along the shoulder rest. My foot is hooking at the back of that shoulder rest. Find the center of the foot bar. Take the opposite arm out to the side. Lengthen here. Turn your palm up toward the ceiling. Press the foot bar away as you come over into that side stretch. Pause here. Rotate now toward the bar. Right hand, or the hand goes on and the opposite hand moves out. So now we've got both hands out either side of the carriage. We look down to the springs. We press away. Don't worry if your hip comes up and off the carriage here. Keep your arms straight. That part's important. Keep your arms straight as you begin to slide your chest bone forward and upward. Let the shoulders melt out of your ears. And it's like, I imagine I've got a Swiss ball attached to my upper back and I'm arching my back over that Swiss ball. Oh, delicious, delicious. Drop the shoulders and pressing back again. Nice long stretch. You can hang out here however long you like, but for the sake of this video, I'm just doing 3 of these extensions. Feeling your ribs pull and lift away from the hips. Shoulders are square onto the foot bar. Last one. Find as much distance between the crown of the head and your tailbone as possible. And we lift up. Mold over that imaginary Swiss ball. A little pull with that right hand, a little push with the left. And pressing back one final time. Center that back hand on the foot bar. Rotate now back into your side stretch and coming all of the way back up. Hold on to the front shoulder rest once the carriage is in. Opposite arm up, and then find that counteracting pose or stretch here. Breathe. See if you could get your elbow back in line with the head. Easy breaths. And restack all the way up. Then we get to do it all on the other side. Okay, slight change of angle because my tripod timed out, but same again on the side. Center the hand. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Turn the opposite palm up. We come over into our side bend and I'm lifting my waist away from the springs. I'm not collapsing. From here, rotate, facing toward the foot bar, squaring the torso off as much as possible, and we press back. Inhale, begin to slide and glide the chest bone upward. Imagining that Swiss ball across the upper back, that you're molding your spine over. And I'm doing a little pull with that left hand, push with the right, and pressing back. Find as much distance between the tip of the head and the tailbone as possible. Inhale, lifting up, sliding, gliding the sternum up the wall, then up toward the ceiling. Melt the shoulders. Last one here, pressing back. Melt the shoulders even when they're overhead like this. And then smoothly coming back in. Find the lift of the sternum. Shoulders are square on. Lift a little more from the center of the chest. And pressing back one final time. Center the hand. Take the top arm over into a side stretch shape and then smoothly return that carriage all the way in as you grow a little taller. Grab a hold of that front shoulder rest, opposite arm up, and find the counteracting pose here. Feeling the crown of the head lengthen away from the tailbone. The back of the head and the elbow gently pressing back to the wall behind you. And then smoothly coming all of the way up. Unraveling, nice and slowly, those legs. Well done, well done. that was just a little taster for you to kind of get used to some of the different movements that you'll be performing on this reformer or on your reformer. And know that I will just keep layering as we go in a really sustainable way. So if you're wanting faster, snappier workouts, that's going to come. But for those of you that are wanting to get the foundations right, these sessions are for you. Well done. I'm sure you feel that much longer by now. Thanks so much for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day.